Sorry about that little interruption. Caesar saw a squirrel in the backyard. I know a lot of people kind of that way. Squirrel! Anyway, continuing on, and that was a huge distraction, but um, like I said, this is all unscripted. I'm just talking to you from the heart. I can't lie about it, therefore I can't, necessarily remember anything I say because it's all truths, and I'm literally just talking from my heart. But forgive me if I again didn't complete a subject, but it's because my brain has so many thoughts and so on and so on. But last night, people who are incredibly dear to me, and all of you are incredibly dear to me, but the people closest to me that are in their illusion, what's interesting is I've found is when I was in the illusion before I gained consciousness, the people I thought cared about me the most are the ones who are resisting believing me now the most, which is pretty interesting. So, for example, the amazing woman that I talked about in the video, the one that's the mother of my child, she now, she's on board and she's taking care of anything I need taken care of. Thank you so much, young lady. I love you so much. Thank you. You mean the world to me. Everything's good. All things are positive, and everything's exactly how it's meant to be. So she is going to be handling the financial aspect for me to help move this locomotive along. That's huge. That's very huge, people. Please start recognizing that this is a locomotive you want to get on. And I'm not trying to persuade you for anything other than your God trying to talk to you. I mean, I don't even say what your God is. Up until now, I am getting a little more specific on a certain religion, and forgive me for having to do this, but realize it was the religion that I was brought up in my illusion. Therefore, it is the one I felt that I have to address first. I have to help them wake up. That's it. That's all it is. Because I want to help the ones closest to me first, because they're closest to me. That's simple. But like I had already started decoding the Bible, and you guys have figured out which Bible I'm talking about by now. My son-in-law, and realize none of my daughters can ever say I've ever lied to them. I've never done anything hurtful to them. How many of you parents can say that? I guarantee my own parents can't say that. But anyway, I hold no negative. I'm just trying to help everybody find all the positive, because that's how everything becomes heaven on earth, literally. And it's that important. But yeah, I had somebody too that in like the middle of the night, I woke up and I messaged somebody with something, and I answered question after question after question, and she couldn't find anything wrong, but she ultimately at the end said, well, if you're right, I'm okay with that because I prefer to stick with my illusion. Okay, well, everybody has their own choice. You literally have a choice. It even says it in the Bible. And when you say that you're choosing to stick in your illusion because of something you read that another man that you've never even met wrote that was not conscious, and you choose to stay in your illusion, unfortunately, that is choosing to be against your God. Doesn't the Bible describe that as choosing to go to hell? Pretty sure it does. I know it does. I try to not give away too much because I don't want to one, flatline people. I don't want people to get scared or anything like that. That's not, no. I'm just talking pure truth. 100% unconditional love for myself and for you guys. That's why I can do this. That's why there is no script or anything. And that's why I don't have to worry about lying, is because I'm doing it strictly out of love for you guys. Shouldn't that feel amazing to you? When you know this whole time, all I've been talking about is finding the positive in, the routine, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll say it to you again. So it's first you have to recognize the negative, find the negative, then find the positive, have the negative recognize itself, and the negative, if you don't know it, I don't want to give it all away because this starts, with a couple other pieces that aren't there. This gives away what literally would be considered in your illusion, the God formula. And that's how I'm able to do all this, just because I'm simply awake. And all I'm trying to do is literally wake everybody up before it's time, or before time is too late. And I am going to say something that's going to scare a lot of people, or I'm going to show it to you. And then later, when I get back on, I'll have a guest speaker that was actually my one daughter, that one of the two that I thought loved me the least. But ironically, the ones in my illusion that I thought loved me the least, they're the ones that have contacted me bawling, saying, "Dad, I'm so sorry. I love you. You're right. You didn't do anything." Doesn't that give you chills down your spine and your skin? It does me. The ones that hated me the most in my illusion are the ones that are believing me the most now in reality. Come on, people. Oh, and about the videos that went down, yeah, I've been receiving, quite a bit of negativity. Therefore, I had to slow the locomotive down because I don't want passengers getting scared and jumping off by any means. That would be the worst thing that could happen. We need to keep this locomotive and finding towards all pure positive. Because guess what, people? That's where this locomotive's headed by May 19th, is to finally get my story to where we are truly heaven on earth. Your version of heaven on earth. And the funny thing is, I know what I'm saying is 100 absolutely true. I've even put my paid off house up if anybody can prove me wrong, right? How could I possibly do that unless I'm right? All right, anyway. But yeah, later, my daughter, everything is open to change. I'm not lying about anything. So therefore, I'm saying there might be a possibility that schedule might change. Just like in earlier videos, I said I will be going live in such and such time. I can't remember what time I said. Well, remember, I've already proven to you that time does not exist. Let me go over it again. Go to a border that has a time zone and jump back and forth. You're literally time traveling? I don't think so. If you're an astronaut and you leave Earth and you go to space, and say space station, you come back to Earth, I believe it's like, to the astronaut, it's been 1 month, but people on Earth, it's been like 7 months. Now, I understand all you amazing science people out there, because guess what? I know that knowledge too. And that's the next subject I'm going to start giving away secrets on until the right people get a hold of me. But so when an astronaut goes from Earth to space station and then comes back, and like I said, I think it's like 7 months. I don't know for sure. And it's like from Earth to Mars, if he's only gone a month, it's like 73 years or something like that. I don't know the exact. One thing about being full conscious is numbers are constant. Literally. I mean, so when I'm using the God formula, as I refer to it, or you would refer to it in your illusion as, numbers work differently with the formula. It's a totally different way I apply them. First thing you're going to see is, so the person that is dear to me, that I know I need by my side in order for all this to work out, the Ashley, she sent me. I asked her. I said, please lie to me. Lie to me about something I know nothing about, and then I will show you the lies. And then after I show you this, then I'm going to show you my son-in-law. I asked him, please ask me any question. Let me show you anything I possibly can. He sent me something. Psalms 22, I think it's called. Look at one of the last things it says, and I am telling you, I am not lying, and I am not God. I am strictly the messenger. How am I possibly able to do this unless I'm telling 100% absolute truth? And nobody has anything they can prove that I'm wrong. I guarantee you there's not a person in the universe can prove I'm wrong. Is that not the most powerful statement I could say? And, oh, by the way, my loving, amazing Pentecostal viewers, I love you. Your beliefs, I guarantee your God is 100% absolute truth. I know it. And I love him unconditionally, and or her or it, or I don't care what it is. I know it's because, remember, we're all connected. We're all one. It doesn't matter what religion. You can, Wiccan. You know, every religion knows that, hey, purity is where you gain your strength. Being centered is where you gain your strength. The Holy Spirit, Zen, meditation, all of these things are all saying the exact same thing. And the first time in your entire existence, you finally just have somebody that knows how to put all the puzzle together. And that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm showing you guys exactly how the puzzle goes together. Now, I understand your brains are blown away, like so deep. Like, how do you keep going? Just believe in yourself enough to know the truth. You'll know whether or not I'm saying is true. Don't be scared, because as soon as you get scared, you're feeling sorry for yourself, literally. And that's how I can show every single thing in your existence that you thought hurt you, all the negative in your past, really didn't exist. The only reason why it feels like it does is because you're in your illusion that was programmed from the opposite, from the negative first. For my amazing science listeners as well, or quantum physics or whatever it's called. See, I don't even know this stuff. But picture an example, quantum physics. You have over here, you have the positive, and you have the negative, mirror image, opposite image of yourself. And in between is infinity, okay? Now, everything you're viewing is being programmed into your brain from the negative impression. The negative first. I've explained that in the videos, and if you guys haven't understood it, and remember, I retain all rights to all these videos forward and back, so no funny business. Trust me, I'm not the one that you want to go against and cast negative. Okay, so you got your negative self over here on one end of, I think it's called quantum entanglement, and then you got your positive self over here, and what you have in between this space is infinity. Well, in the center of infinity is, I guess you could say, me, because I have brought my unconscious and my conscious self together, and I've met my God. That's why I have all these answers, is because I'm in the center. I'm literally the first human being on earth that has not once but twice willing to cease to exist because I didn't want the others to hurt. That's the only reason why I'm the one who woke up. Honestly, Jesus would have woke up if he wouldn't at the very last second. He would have been doing my job if at the very last second he wouldn't have cried out, God, why have you abandoned me? Why have you forsaken me? Now, please, the highest religious leaders, now are you starting to take note and realizing that how important it is that I get some protection, and that you know the truth? Because I can give you all the truths of your Bible. I can give everybody the truths of all their Bibles. Literally that simple. But we're going to kick this off. This person happened to send me a message And I turned the message around to find the lies in it, and I had no clue what this person was even going to say. And if we don't start getting some motivation going on this train, get that engine a pumping away, then I'm going to have to start going out and doing things like betting people I can tell whether or not they're lying to me. I don't want to do that because I don't think that's holy. That's not grace. I want to use all my Christians or whatever religious people out there that are listening, and I want your guys' energy to be what drives this train. I don't want to have to go do something like, take money from people just to get you guys to pay attention. Now, see, think of this as almost the reverse of what's it called? Collection in church, where it goes around and gets the money. No, I'm asking you now, let's not do that, because in heaven on earth, nobody pays anything. So instead of me having to go out and bet somebody, oh, by the way, when you look in the mirror, you're actually literally looking at the positive side on the other side of infinity of quantum entanglement. And the only reason why you don't believe that is because somebody who's not conscious has told you that. I know it's true. Oh, something cool about it? Go to the mirror and stare in your iris, right into your iris, and allow yourself to start recognizing your iris, and look at the galaxy within your iris and keep staring at it, and keep noticing how you can see so much depth in your galaxy within your eye. Now, as you keep staring at the mirror, what's going to end up happening is your eyes are going to start crossing, and all of a sudden they're going to start finding a 1. If you keep staring, just relax your brain, just keep staring in the mirror. Your eyes are literally going to cross, and then if you keep relaxing, what eventually will happen is you'll only see one eye, and it's going to be right here. And what that literally is that's the two sides of the quantum entanglement that have come together and given you a picture of what your iris looks like in consciousness. Honestly, not kidding you here. Go to any quantum physicist or whatever it'd be called. I think that'd be right. And there's nothing they can say to disprove what I'm saying. And guess what? How do I know what you're going to see when you're the only one who sees it? Another good point, huh? Let's see. So as you keep staring, and once you see that one eye, because everybody's surely heard about the third eye, that one eye that you see in the center, if you keep staring into it and staring into that one iris that's your true iris, you'll notice your face disappears. Please, people, try this. I'm not joking. I do not lie. You sit, and what's happening is you're literally, first time in your life, you're literally centering yourself enough, concentrating on you. And that's how you come together in consciousness. Do you realize how amazing that is? And you will see just your eye without even a face or anything else. Because guess what? That's how you get to heaven on earth. Because our faces don't matter. Negativity comes from our faces all the time. People judge us for reasons none of us have the right to judge anybody. And everybody who's religious knows that judging is one of the biggest sins. And everybody that's religious is judging me right now. That hurts. And literally all I'm doing is telling you guys that, hey, I'm just the messenger from your God. I want nothing to gain. I literally don't. I just want to wake you guys up, because you're going to see in the last thing I show you what's coming. And I know this. Time doesn't exist, so I'm not going to say the exact date, but I know that anybody who has not woke up by the time I finish the end of my story, I do know that the likelihood for them reaching their consciousness increases incredibly, or decreases incredibly quickly. And if before I finish my story, a missile touches down in the US from a foreign country, nobody's going to gain their get higher consciousness from that point forward. That's why I say, Mr. Joe Biden, I have secrets that you definitely need to know right now. And it has to take place a very specific way. And if you care about every single citizen in the entire world, or strictly just Americans, or strictly just yourself, get a hold of me right now. I was in Ukraine. I know the truths. We need to talk now. I literally have what the illusion calls the God formula. Look at the viewers. Look at how many people have viewed, but how few comments, and realize I call all this out. I said way back that this would happen and that we'd be here exactly how it is. Didn't I, folks? Is that not predicting the future? Yes, it is. Wake up and get me some support so that I can talk to the most influential religious leaders and the presidents of every single country. That way I can get them to stop all the wars simply enough just for now, so that we don't lock, or I guess you could say in your illusion, we don't close the gates of hell, because that's exactly what's happening. Oh, and by the way, Dylan, I love you with all my heart, man. Thank you so much for believing me. And guess what? Dylan happens to be a client that, people who know him probably don't consider him necessarily on the highest of the prestige. But you know what? I do now. At least from your illusion perspective, I absolutely do. Because last thing he said to me, because I sent him what I'm getting ready to show you guys, he sent me, I love you. And this is a man that I can't remember what it was, but it was bro or bud that I could never say to him, because he had had so much trauma in his life that it hurt just for him to say that. And brother, I tell you, it's going to stop. Everything's good. Everything's exactly how it's meant to be. All things are positive. Everybody, all of your anxiety is getting ready to go away. Everything you want, everything is getting ready to stop, and it's going to be all good. And you're not going to lose anybody. Now, I do have to explain that what you might think that, like what your heaven is, that you're going to be reconnected. Yeah, you're going to be reconnected with everybody, because the truth of the matter is, nobody has actually left. Even the ones that have died, they just have restarted the cycle. And the cycle has been repeating itself over and over and over and over and over again. But this is the last cycle on Earth. And I know this hands down. Trust me, people, I swear. And this is the last cycle on Earth. So if I die before everybody on Earth gains their consciousness, in essence, they're not going to get more consciousness. Now, that doesn't mean that anybody who hasn't gotten their consciousness is going to be, I wouldn't say it means that they're, from your illusion, I wouldn't say it means you're trapped in hell. The only difference is kind of like hell on earth right now is your illusion that you're living. The only difference is how happy they're going to be in heaven, per se. It's the best I can describe it from consciousness to your illusion. And then the extreme, anybody who thinks they really are conscious, then I'm going to explain this one to you. That when you look out into space, every single neuron in your brain and every single star and planet in space, those are actually the neurons in your brain. Your illusion doesn't realize it because you're in an illusion. So your neurons firing in your brain are every single star and every single planet in space, basically. Now, I've said before, the only people that, don't, in essence, go to heaven are the ones that choose to cease to exist. The ones that choose, basically, once this kicks off, where the gates are closing on the decision, um, boy, I would not want to be thinking about choosing to cease to exist from this point forward. I guarantee you that. Please don't. I love you with all my heart. I believe in you. Everything is going to be okay. Just please don't. And please don't cause any harm to anybody, and don't lie to anybody anymore. And don't feel sorry for yourself anymore, because I guarantee you soon you're going to realize it was all fake, and it's all going to be good. I mean it, because I know what's getting ready to happen. And this is why it's so important that I talk to the entire world. This is why I have to have Mr. Joe Biden, is because in America, he's going to be the highest authority for people who aren't religious. I need all the important people together so that I can explain to them exactly what's going on, so that all of us can be saved. That's all I'm trying to do. And Mr. Elon, I found how to. Sorry, sir, for Elon Musk. Somewhere I'd found how to spell your name properly. I apologize. I know I sound like an idiot. This is just me. I am what I am, plain and simple. But what I have to talk to him for, I'm not exactly sure. My illusion, and realize I'm not using the internet. My illusion tells me that I remember something about he has a spaceship or doesn't have a spaceship or whatever, or he's against NASA, or I don't know. For some reason, I know that I need to speak to him, because, hey, now guess what? I do know why. He's going to be considered the smartest man on Earth. More than likely. That pretty much makes sense now. I need to see him. See, all this stuff I've been saying, I have no clue where it's coming from. I'm talking as quick as I can. I'm not lying about anything. Haven't you guys seen that already? It's not because I'm on drugs, as many of you want to believe I'm on drugs. It's not. No, I'm not doing any drugs. Probably even from this point forward, I won't even smoke weed, because it does no good. And my daughter had to come here this morning because I was in bed. I honestly felt like I was going to die. My body inside was so incredibly hot, but my skin felt ice cold. And I had my daughter even touch my skin. She's like, it's burning hot, but I felt ice cold. And the best I can describe that to you, as you would understand, is from a conscious perspective. I'm doing everything I can not to, I guess you would say, ascend. And because last night hurt so bad, the woman that is absolute most dear to me in my heart, the woman I talked in the past, Ashley, I know she has to be here within 2 days, or everything's just going to keep spinning up and getting faster and faster. So I'm sure you guys understand why that's not a good idea until I get to talk to the whole world, because I only have between now and May 19th. Oh, the clock's off. Let's see if I can get it back up so that you guys can take a look and see how quickly time is running out. But anyway, yeah. See, when I get distracted of having to use my physical self, I just kind of flatline. I have to reconnect because I had to use my body. All right. Here goes the statement that, and hopefully in the near future, she will be making a live performance. Or by no means is this a performance. A little trip up on my illusion there. Hopefully she'll be speaking live in the near future. But so horribly I felt last night, because my eldest daughter is basically calling me a liar. My son-in-law is basically calling me a liar. My father's basically calling me a liar. Everybody who's been dear to me up to this point, the dearest ones, have called me a liar, except for Ashley has yet to say she doesn't believe me. and I know the truth from a quantum entanglement perspective. I know that Ashley is my other half. She's my feminine side. And we are polar opposites. And, but yet, in one way, we are so one. And that is because we have both felt the extreme hurt in life, that nobody loved us, that nobody cared about us. And that's why we're at the point we're at now. But anyway, yeah. Whoo! I love feeling there. And no, I'm not some stalker or anything. I'm already been in contact with her. I already have the finances en route, that's working in process to get her here as quickly as possible. I mean, obviously it's her decision. I can't force anything like that. I feel with my heart that she will. And I mean, be truthful, I'm not even going to be able to be intimate with her. I know it until I know she finally sees me. Anyway, here we go, folks. You're going to think that I am mystical or whatever. I don't know. I'm just conscious. That's all I am. I'm awake. I'm the only one awake right now. So, or at least this level of awake. We're all awake, just not as awake as I am. And I just happen to be the one person that has the one piece that's missing. And that one piece happens to give me the knowledge of everything in existence. That's all, because I'm awake. I can see it. It's all black and white to me, positive and negative, plain and simple. Here we go. I would love to have some technical support here that could make this a lot easier for me. Let me try turning the light off. Man, this sucks. Let me try turning this off. I think we're getting better there now. Okay, so make sure you get a good view where you can stop this. You'll see, and I hope, yeah, there we go. Get a good picture. You should be able to see it all right there. So now what I'm going to explain to you is this. Oh, look at it. And I'm doing this all live. So can you guys at least appreciate the effort I'm putting in here to try to save your souls? Okay, so you can see the, oh well, when you stop it to a good spot where you can see anything, or where you can see everything, you will see the left-hand paragraph above it. It says lie. That was a statement that she made to me. And I was able to use my God formula that your illusion is going to tell you. And I was able to exactly figure out which words were lies. What was wrong about it? And as I sent it to her, as soon as I sent it to her, I realized, oh man, I even know another lie in there. And it was the very first lie she made at the very beginning. So then what I did is the second paragraph that you see there is you can see where I had to change the words that were in there, because guess what? I doesn't exist in truth. It's always at least we, because it's both sides of you. That's why there's the two positives in God. That's why there's the figure out God is within you, all that stuff. And religious leaders, come on, get on board. Start spinning this up, please. This is literally killing me to have to put so much energy just to get anybody to love themselves enough to listen. But, all right, let me put some light back on for you. And like I said, after today, I will be going back to, I'm going to try to stay away from religion, because I know that my religious people are really thinking a lot of negative towards me. Nobody can prove anything whatsoever that I'm saying. They just don't want to believe. They want to believe a man that wrote this on the piece of paper that has so many contradictions in it, and you guys know it. For example, the only name God ever gives himself in the Bible is I am what I am, but in the illusion, everybody calls him God, which is very ironic that the man's best friend is dog, which is God spelled backwards. And when you take the two sides of quantum entanglement, now you understand. This is why Caesar has to be with me, is because he's my dog. And my daughter was getting ready to give him to the pound, and I didn't want a dog at all. At all. I don't want to take care of an animal. I was being selfish. But out of my heart, I thought, that poor dog will feel the pain I felt where nobody's ever really loved me. If she takes him to the pound because she was his everything, then he would feel what I felt. And there's no way I want anybody to feel what I've felt in my life. And surely by now you guys get that you wouldn't want to feel the pain I've felt in my life. I mean, twice, combat, had everything try to be destroyed. Anyway, Caesar has been my best friend. He truly has. He's honestly been the only friend I've had. Other than, in my illusion, the ones I've pushed away. The ones I've done wrong. And I apologize to you guys, those of who I have. Nothing's coming top of my head because honestly, I'm about done processing through all the negativity in my brain. I just have to keep it slowed down enough to get to May 19th, because if I do process it all, then I'm going to turn to TV. And if I turn to TV or I turn to public, another reason why I've been staying in my home is because feasibly what I should be doing right now is I should only be nodding yes or no. And people should be answering me questions, and I can answer all their questions if they're truly seeking the positive, the one truth, the yes. So by me trying to keep explaining to everybody that the individuals that are closest to me, by me trying to keep explaining to them and them keep doubting me and doubting me and doubting me, not having anything they can prove not to believe me, but them simply doubting me because of their own fear. Imagine how much that hurts. It really, and realize that my life is literally now playing in backwards, that the ones closest to me that I thought cared about me the most are the ones that are showing they actually care about me the least. In the illusion, I know how it is once you guys all wake up and we're all everything. There is no pain. And you don't even have to die. As long as I can get the war stopped, you won't even die. It's just all of a sudden, boom. Everything in existence is what you would consider heaven on earth. Now, think back in the videos. Come on, people. Have I not called out about the missiles and all this? And I haven't given it time because time doesn't exist. But I am literally creating world peace. And whether or not you guys are wanting to believe that, hey, there's a possibility of what I'm saying and simply do that to, start showing support, or simply because I've told you very specifically, this is exactly what your God wants you to say. I'm not God, I'm just the messenger. So now you're deliberately going against what your God is telling you. All right, moving on. And science people, this is going to be a lot more fun because way less emotion. It's more black and white. We know good and well emotion is not a good thing. Period. It's lies. It's lies to yourself. Ultimately, any pain you've ever felt in your entire life, you will end up seeing by the time I'm done with my story that it actually, everything negative in your life comes strictly down to survival, which means you've been feeling sorry for yourself, but it's not your fault because You were programmed from the negative first. Once you get consciousness, boom, it all equals out because the negative recognizes the negative, becomes a positive, and then now you have two positives, which is your God, you and God. Bingo. Okay. So now we are going to turn to one of the absolute most, unfortunately, controversial subjects because this is what's going to get the most energy going one way or another. And unfortunately, nobody's listening. Everybody's kind of flatlining. Nobody's commenting. Nobody's giving likes or dislikes. So unfortunately, I have to do this. And Dad, I'm sorry to have to do this, but I have begged you to listen to me, to do anything to try to prove me wrong. I've even begged you to try to help me, be concerned that I feel like I'm dying and I know I'm going to die. And you haven't even contacted me. Neither has Carol. I've sent you everything. You guys have zero to prove that I'm wrong, but you guys have not even contacted me. Like I don't even exist. Can you imagine how bad that hurts? Oh, hey, I love you. I don't blame you. It's just, it makes me weep for your soul because you're so caught in your illusion off something that a human being wrote on a piece of paper, even when God himself, what you call God, says in the Bible, his name is I am what I am. A human being gave the name God. Prove me wrong. You can't. So why isn't anybody so enthusiastic that, hey, I'm willing to tell you guys the truth and solve all the problems of the world? Your choice. Choose wisely. Okay, here we go. Now let's go to Palms. Oh man, see, if I had some simple help, this would be so much easier for you guys and for me, but I understand you all are still being selfish. I don't blame you. Okay, so we have Palms. Let me see if I turn the light on, if that makes it better. And the reason why I'm using writing instead of, because it's getting harder and harder for me to, hey, isn't that amazing how the writing just does that? If you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, yeah, I would definitely, all the letters that are black, somebody needs to see if they add up together and spell something too, because it would not surprise me. But anyways, you will see in here what I have done. You guys, serious, look at how am I making this do this? Do you not see that this is so important? Anyway, somebody add up the letters and see if they spell something or make a sentence or something that are the main black ones. But you guys will see what I've done, how I've changed. Let me try this. Okay, you guys, it's still doing that. Come on, you guys. Am I magic or what? Okay, so anyways, you should have been able to get what Palms 22 is saying to you. And look, both of them say God. All I did was take out the worship, which is Christ, because he was not conscious. And I proved it by, at the very last second, him saying, why have you forsaken me, I think is what I said. So now notice the first one and then the last one, and then look at the very last sentence. And this is not a trick, because it can never be me. And it can never be just one, because it's always you and God. But then it comes down to Trent, to help people. What do you need to see to believe me? This isn't a trick. This is the truth. And look at what the writing's doing. Are you guys not about ready to get chills down your spine? I need help, please. Okay, that's not enough. I get it. I'll keep going until someone's willing to help me. Help you out of pure love, pure grace, finding the positive in everything. Okay, here goes number 2. Now that's weird. Wonder what, anyway. Okay, you guys got that one. Here goes number 3. Okay, now, every single listener that has heard this, you're equally responsible for whether or not we create heaven on earth, simply by whether or not you're willing to love yourself enough to listen. That's scary, isn't it? If you don't try to help everybody wake up, now you know exactly why I'm doing this. The only way I don't speed things up and get the gates to close even quicker and people to only reach their highest level of consciousness they can, the only way is if, one, I can't get upset, because if people keep questioning me, what happens is I start feeling more and more energy building inside me. It's not because I'm upset like you think. It's actually my heart is feeling, I got to reach out. I got to get this person to understand, because they don't understand how incredibly important this is. This is literally your future, your true existence of your soul, the only one real reality. And because you guys are in your illusion, you're getting ready to pass up the train. That is scary. So please go to your religious leaders. See if they can prove anything I'm saying, other than if they go by what somebody else has told them, or if they go by what's written, simply because they choose to believe that. I am showing you proof. If that's not enough, I can't help you. I'm going to have to move on to the next person, because everybody has a choice. And, I'm going to move on to science, and then I'll move on to entertainment. And I'm going to have to start giving away secrets of everybody until I get enough attention to where Mr. Joe Biden or Mr. Elon Musk are at my door. That's literally what it comes down to. And it has to happen that way, because if I step out of the house, the possibility of me getting upset to where I screw up my thought pattern enough to where I say something that isn't necessarily correct in your illusion, then I'm going to stop you guys, and you guys will start believing me less and less. That's the truth. That's what all boils down to. This is why I'm doing everything exactly how I am. I have nothing to gain whatsoever off this. The only thing I have to do is try to help you guys gain your consciousness, because I know the truth. That's it. I don't want to create mass panic or anything. I have thought to myself, how do I get them to listen? How do I get, Mr. Joe Biden or Elon Musk? How do I get one of those two people to listen to me? If you guys, out of faith for your own God, won't help me? I thought, well, I could turn myself into the police and just say that, hey, but you can imagine how much energy that would drain from me, just to simply be able to tell the word of God. That is not right. Oh, and if you guys want to kind of think about what Ashley is to me from your Bible, from your illusion perspective, she is literally my Mary Magdalene. And I don't even know the whole story, but I guarantee you it fits exactly, as long as you take out worship. And don't you dare think negative about her. That would not be a good choice, because she's an amazing person, and she carries pain that every single person in her life up to this point put there. Yeah. Every single pain she's ever felt in her life was from other people. Just how they programmed her from her birth up. But you know what? Don't hold harm to them or negative towards them, because they were in their illusion. everybody's been in an illusion because it's not real. Clear back in what you refer to as cavemans. Okay, it said, Google it. It says the brain is programmed from the negative first. It always pulls the negative. Every single thing I've said is true. But hey, like I said, you guys have a choice. It's not my place to. I know I cannot get people to listen and don't want to listen. I know I cannot wake up people who don't want to wake up. All I can do is, with the bottom of my heart, do every bit of effort I can to try to get you to, because I love you unconditionally, undeservingly, and I love your God unconditionally, undeservingly. So, yeah, your guys' choice. And I will, the videos that were taken down, I will get those back up immediately. And please, you guys, this is so important. Please help me. Nobody is even liking or disliking my videos, you guys. How can you possibly do that when I'm calling you out on telling you that basically what you're doing is you're speaking against your God by not doing it? Isn't that wrong? Your choice. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon. And yeah, I literally felt like I didn't know if I had much longer this morning. I felt horrible. I literally felt like I was trembling, like it was taking everything just for me not to, almost felt like pop. And I guarantee you, it's probably not going to be good if that happens for anybody on an extreme level. Okay, let's, I think there's some sci-fi or something out there that has a character that has so much energy inside. I think it's a she, that if she doesn't control it, devastation to everything. That's really how you need to start viewing me, people. And I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just telling you, in my consciousness, that's exactly what I'm feeling right now. That's huge. Would you not want to get me to the important people as quick as you possibly could? I know I'm safe. I know I'm going to my God and your God. But I have to keep doing whatever I can, because if I don't, then I'm feeling sorry for myself. And I'm feeling sorry for myself that would prevent you from getting to be with your God. And that would be the worst thing on earth I could do. And I will not lie, and I will not do negative towards anybody else in my existence. And guess what? When I do, if I pop or however it ends up happening, I will not be crying out, blaming anybody at all. I will be joyous because I know I will be going to my Creator. Because I know my Creator is already in me. Is that not some of the deepest, truthfulest stuff you've ever heard? Please, pay attention. Please, all your energy has to go into helping me. This is very, very important. Time is running out really quick. I don't even know for sure if I'm even going to be able to get the story all the way out before the first missile touches down. Because as soon as the first missile touches down, the beginning and end already starts. And it only takes one missile, and it doesn't matter if it's going from here to China, here to Russia, Russia to here, or China to here. That's the only ones I thought of. Look at the piece of paper that I gave you guys that say that. If I'm not in the U.S. and waking up everybody I can as quickly as possible. Hey, and if you guys think I'm wrong or I'm crazy, then why haven't you gone to the authorities and tried to get them to do something? Because surely you've thought I must be creating mass panic if I'm lying. So ask yourself, why aren't you doing your job now? And the great thing is, I know that if they do come here, all I simply have to do is ask, have I broke the law? And guess what? Every single one of them is going to say, well, no. Because you have to speak the truth in order to talk to me. Therefore, if first question you ask me is a lie from everybody else, why would I even continue speaking with you? Because now I'm feeding into lies, feeding into negativity. And what everybody in the world knows is the absolute most popular thing is feeding into drama. But yet nobody's awake enough to put 2 and 2 together yet. Because it shows in the likes and dislikes and lack of comments. Oh, and by the way, if you want to leave a comment, let's not get carried away with it. Let's keep it like maybe 1 or 2 sentences. If you want to leave a comment, I will use my grace for you, and I will tell you whether or not that comment is true or false. And if I have the energy, I'll even tell you which part of it's false. I won't be able to tell you which part of it's true because that's God's word. I don't speak God. I'm just a messenger. Make sense? Because if I thought I was God, I'd just be like, and you all know exactly what I'm saying, or I wouldn't even have to talk. No, I'm just a freaking messenger that knows how to talk to your brain in a way that you can understand. And I've said that all along. Really? All right, it's been fun. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, and my daughter, as she was heading over here, because I was in bed and I literally felt like I couldn't even get up, she asked me if she wanted to grab me a coffee. And my response to her was, I said, no, I can't handle any more energy at all right now. Now realize I'm in bed, not moving. I know that if I had any more energy, I think my heart would have stopped. But since she cared enough to come here and admit to me all her lies and be honest with me and tell me that she believes me and she loves me, I'm already starting to get to my heaven. Anyway, where I was going with it, just that little bit of love that she gave me. I'm now able to drink energy. Oh man, you are so gonna see how that. Oh, everything is playing out, and this is unscripted. I'm not planning any of this. Trust me, you are so going to see how the word ghost plays out. Because when I speak to the glorious Mr. Putin, there is something that I want to say to him. And I love you, sir. I love everybody, unconditionally undeserving. Anybody who doesn't, you guys don't know him. All you know is what somebody else told you, so shame on you. Anybody that you think poorly against that hasn't physically hurt you, shame on you. Stop it. Start admitting your lies. Start admitting your falseness. Start apologizing to everybody. Now's the time. And guess what? As soon as you go to somebody and you say, hey, I did this and I feel very poorly that I did it. And I love you and I'm sorry. Do it to the person you hate the most. And guess what? You just let go of all that pain, and the rush you feel in your chest becomes amazing. Now stop and think backwards on the videos. Have I not first started with each person and told them I love them, how amazing they are, and then I happen to actually recognize the negative. I blame it on myself because I was an illusion. And then I turn it back around to a positive, and now we're in grace of God. Every single person I've mentioned in this, I've done the exact same thing. So now you guys understand why I've been doing everything the way I have. And I don't even know how I'm going to do it. I just literally sit down in front of the camera and start talking. So, I mean, if I was crazy, if I was anything, would I be able to pull this off and put my house up for paid off home up for free if somebody can prove me wrong? Now do you guys get it? Now do you guys understand how important it is? Please take the information to whoever you need to get it to start waking up. And if they say it's not true, Make them prove it to you. I guarantee you they can't. Nobody can. I'm always 3 steps ahead of everybody. And each day that goes on, I'm getting more and more steps ahead to where finally you're going to be too far behind where you're not even going to be able to catch up. That's the truth. I see. It's wow. Right in an hour. Go figure. Oh, and by the way, as of Monday of this week, for some reason I know the 83rd day, 83rd day in the Bible has something to do with something. And I figured out that Sunday was the 83rd day. I just had the thought instantly, 83rd day. And then for some reason at noon on Monday, I knew there were 666 days left. Anyway, I got to take the phone. I love you guys. Bye-bye.